So if you're one of those people that's thinking about moving to Florida, I mean like Delray Beach, Florida, today's video is all about the things that are really just disgusting that you might just hate about this place. And I just got to talk to you about it. So about 3 years ago, I did this video about, the 9 things you're going to hate about Delray Beach. And you can take a look at it up here. It actually did pretty well. But from that, I thought I would do a 2023 version of it. I'm going to talk about some serious things. And I also want to talk about some fun things about what's happening in Delray Beach. So if you're thinking about moving down here, you just got to know about what's going on, because there's some things that might just perturb you, make your skin itch, make your hair fall out. I mean, look at me. I got to talk to you about these 9 things, and stick around to the end because I got some other things I'm going to talk to you about. If this is your first time on my channel, this is John Whelan with EXP Realty, and yeah, I'm in Delray Beach. And if you could do me just a quick favor, subscribe to my channel right over here. Hit that bell so you're notified every time a new video is dropped, because you know what? There's a lot of stuff that's going on here that you really got to pay attention when I'm talking about, because it's serious stuff if you're thinking about moving here. So first up I want to talk to you about is homeowners insurance and what a disaster it is here in Florida. And if you want to move here, you might get just surprised and shocked to all hell that why are insurance rates so high? Well, the reason is this. Over the last 5 years, a lot of private insurance companies like Farmers Insurance, USAA, a lot of the big brands that you know of have actually said, forget it, we're out. Why? Because there's a lot of fraudulent claims going on. We have hurricanes. Have you seen these hurricanes have been buzzing around here the last 10 years? We have rising seawater. We have roofs that just fly off. It's like a toupee. They forgot to put the glue on the house to keep the roof on. So there's a lot of things that are going on. And now there's a state-backed insurance company called Citizens Insurance Group, and they are now taking on the majority of policies because all these other people are getting rid of their policies and leaving it up to who? They're leaving it up to the government. So Citizens is now taking over the insurance, and just this week, June 2023, they asked the state for a 12% increase in their premiums for their policies. So that's a real disaster. A lot of people come down here, they get in my car, we cruise around, they ask me about insurance, and I just go, you know what? I can't talk to you about insurance. You got to figure it out yourself. And I've got a couple other videos I've talked about insurance. You can take a look at those up here as well. But, 12% insurance increase for a lot of people kicks you out of the state. It sends you back up north. But guess what? If you buy a house here and it's not your primary residence and you live somewhere else, the state is approving up to 50% increase in your premiums. So if you're thinking about moving down here, you got to pay attention to insurance, because it's something that just might not sit well with you. The second thing is our water. That's kind of an important thing, right? Well, if you have never been to Florida and you open up your faucet and just kind of, went this way or put a glass in there or whatever, it's hard water. We don't have soft water, it's hard water. So that means there's a lot of chemicals and a lot of minerals and things. It kind of smells like rotten eggs and tastes like chemicals you can't pronounce. It's kind of bizarre, but you know what? At my house, we have a double filtration system, one that goes right through our refrigerator with a beautiful, beautiful filtration system. Then it goes into our Brita, and we're thinking about putting a third one in there, just because. And it's just kind of odd that in a place like this, we're surrounded by so much water that our water is just, it's kind of yellow. Take a look at this. When I filled my pool last year and built it, there's a video about that, but I filled my pool and I couldn't believe what was coming out of the hose. It was yellow. I thought, oh my God, the water here is an issue. Please do me a favor. Do not drink the tap water. Number 3, I want to talk about homeowners associations and how they dominate this place. As a matter of fact, it's almost like hashtag homeowner association is a thing. Hashtag HOA. Well, I'm going to give you some facts, because even if you're thinking about coming down here and living, let's say, on the beach, you need to have the right expectation about the fees that are charged. You'll see in a lot of articles, they say the average HOA throughout Florida is about $385. Well, guess what? Where the heck is that? It's not in Delray Beach. If you want to live in downtown Delray or even in the beach area, along the beach in the condos, you're going to be looking at between, let's say, $650 to $2,000 a month. It's nuts. But take a look at this specific chart. Let's rattle off some facts. Here we go. Florida, there are 48,940 HOAs in the state. Almost 10 million people live in an HOA community. Each HOA in Florida has the average of 197 residents. Almost 45% of Florida residents live in an HOA. 25% of Floridian homeowners are part of an HOA. And an estimated 3.7 million homes in Florida are part of an HOA. And that's about all I got to tell you. If you've been thinking about retiring here, you got to put enough money aside for HOAs because, as I've said before, HOA fees do not go down, they only go up. Coming in at number 4 of the serious, the kind of negative stuff, the stuff I just got to plow through, and guess what? We're almost there. We're going to get onto the fun stuff in a minute. But number 4 is the heat is never ending. You can look at all the maps and look at all the Google temperatures in Florida, and it'll say in the wintertime it drops, in the summer it goes up, and the humidity and all that stuff. Bottom line is that the heat is never ending. I have days in December, January, February when it's 85 degrees. My wife always says in October, oh, it's time to get rid of the sandals and the bathing suits and start putting out the sweaters and the boots. No, you don't put away the sandals ever. You never put the shorts away. You're always wearing shorts. I just ordered my 15th pair of flip-flops yesterday. It's constant. And then you come into April and May when the rains start to pound down on you and we start to get these depressions. And now in June, we start to feel the heat. And now it's 92 degrees with a 97 index at 80% humidity. This goes on August, September, October, November. It comes up to Christmas time and you're like, it's 80 degrees. It's hot. If you don't want to wear bathing suits all the time, if you don't want to wear flip-flops and polos like this, man, oh man, this place sucks. Okay, the 5th reason that you'll probably turn around and get back to where you moved from is because population is growing like crazy. And you know what? There's videos when I actually say, come to Florida, population is growing by 1,000 people a day, 350,000 people a year. We're growing by the size of Orlando every year. It's booming, it's fun. But you know what? If that's not for you, if you can't handle the population growth, because guess what? If you look from like Miami all the way up to Jupiter, Port St. Lucie, we only have from the beach to the wetlands area, it's only about 15 miles distance. So we only have so far to build. So when people say, oh, I'll just buy some land, where are you going to buy land? In the swamps with an alligator? No, what we do is we take stuff that's zoned for R2 or something higher and we build up. That's why we have so many high rises. That's why there's so many condos along the beach, because guess what? We grow up. But if you don't like population growth and if you just don't like human beings, don't come. Okay, now we're on the 6th thing, and this is where the fun starts. This is where if you're thinking about moving to Delray Beach, these things may drive you nuts and kind of piss you off. Number 6 is, how about a city who cares for the beaches? Yeah, so Delray Beach is one that just got the Blue Flag Award. We were the first of 2 cities in America to ever get a Blue Flag Award. I'll send a link down below. You can read all about it, what it entails. Basically, it's about a city doing the right things to keep our beaches clean, to keep our sea life clean, educate people about what's going on in the city, and working in our environment as one. The city won this the first time. There were hundreds of people that showed up for the event. It's a thing that's a pride of beauty. If you go down to Atlantic Avenue and A1A, you look up at the American flag, there's a blue flag hanging just below. If you take a look at that, you'll sit there and say, wow, this is a city who's doing great things. It's got good leadership. All of their people that work for the city are pulling together, and the people love this about the city. But if you just don't want clean beaches and want to be a part of these good things, nah, you're going to hate it. Next up, number 7 of the things is actually, earlier we talked about population growth, right? Well, that'll push you back. But this one is actually a city that is doing things to help the population. So as a matter of fact, Delray Beach is actually doing things to improve the neighborhoods in downtown. They took care of Ocielo Park over the last 3 years, where they brought in underground electricity, widened the roads, put in sidewalks. Now they're looking at the West Settlement District area, which is on the west side of Swinton, east side of I-95. They're looking at all those residential communities, and they're trying to remove all the potholes. Imagine that, a city who actually cares and is finishing up the roads, making them better so that our tires don't blow out on us. Then we're looking at things like putting more affordable housing in place. So they've looked on the west side of I-95 on Congress Avenue. There's already a brand new apartment unit complex, about 280 units. They're looking at Congress Avenue as a place in the future for commerce, new residential development, apartments. So they're looking at the future of the city, not just downtown, but they're doing things to improve the city so that people will continue to come here. And if that's not something you like, beat it. Number 8 is restaurants and food. I talk about that in my channel all the time because we have to. But the problem is a lot of people don't like to be immersed with so many restaurants and food places. So that's going to drive you away. That's going to push you out of here and go somewhere that's boring and whatever. Go be bored. I don't care. But here's the thing. On Atlantic Avenue and Pineapple Grove and all the streets that go up and down north and south, there's right now over 80 restaurants in just the downtown Delray area. I mean, there's one place now that just opened up called Death by Pizza. Ever died by a piece of pizza? If you haven't been there on 2nd Street, oh my Lord, my family just went nuts. Deep dish Detroit style pizza. Check it out. Now there's the Hampton Social, and in a couple weeks I'm going to do a video where I'm just going to cruise around all the streets and take a look at what's going on with the new stuff. We got a new sushi place. We've got a Kira back. We have restaurants all over the place, and guess what? It's not going to stop. We have Atlantic Crossing that has Le Colonial, which is a new cool spot right on the corner of Federal Highway and Atlantic. And then in a couple of years, we're going to have the Sunday Village, which is going to have more right on the corner of Atlantic and Swinton. And moving west now, we've got a couple pizzeria places popping up. There's so much food in Delray Beach that if you don't like it, I don't know, man. Find another place. And the final reason why you don't want to move and definitely don't want to live in Delray Beach is because Delray Beach is one of 16 cities in America who has won the All-American City Award, not once, not twice, but 3 times. That's right. If you don't want to live in a city that is really progressive and thinking about the future, we are an art colony. We embrace the arts. We have some of the best craft art festivals throughout the South. We also protect our beach. We're involved in our community. Even though there's chaos in governments, I don't want to talk about governments, but chaos works. In the city overall, it works. People are coming here, they're bringing their skills, they're bringing the things they can add to the city, they're adding great things to the city to look forward for the next generation, the next 20, 30, 40 years. So this city is positioning itself to be a leader in South Florida, in Palm Beach County. And if you're just not wanting to be a part of a place that's progressive and looking forward and doing some nice things, well then, you can hit the stop button and we're done. And so that's it. Those are the 9 things that are going to probably push you away from moving to Delray Beach. I'm sorry if that's you, but you know what? If you are thinking, and if you've made it through my stuff and you are going to move here, below I have a free relocation guide that you can click on. I'll send you all the information. It's got good stuff about schools, medical, all the good things that you want to be researching about. Send this video to your friends if you think that they're thinking about moving to Florida. Maybe Delray Beach is not. Get away from it. If these 9 things scared you away, by all means, tell them to go somewhere else. Because guess what? If that's you that's coming down here, I want you to call me. Down below is my phone number, my email. Do me a favor, subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe, hit that bell. Everything I send out gets to you right away. And we're going to be talking about Delray Beach a lot on my channel, so please come back for the next video about what's good about Delray Beach.